Swamini
Thank you, Swamini ji.
Okay, we are on our last lap now. Okay, the last class of the session. Yeah. Okay, start. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. So on the last lap, we have about 3 verses left. Yeah. Okay. Any doubts, questions, clarifications you need as this text goes up to what we have seen? We have seen the 7th verse. So up to here, any doubts or clarification? Okay. Okay, we'll go ahead. You can ask as and when it comes up, not a problem. Okay. All right. So last time we saw the dimension of Ishvara as well. Okay. Then he continues to say, Yad ananda signo nabhagnaha puman syad avidya vilasa samasta prapanchaha yada naspurati yad bhutam yan nimittam parabrahma nityam tadevahamasmi. Yad ananda sindhu, in this ocean of ananda. What is the ocean of ananda? Yourself. Okay. You are the ocean of ananda. Puman nibhagnaha. You are immersed in it, meaning you are one with it. Puman syat, when the person, okay, meaning the guy who took oneself to be a finite entity, a human being. Yeah. That person discovers oneself to be nothing but Ananda. I am that ocean of Ananda. Ananda is used in the sense of limitlessness, not always in the sense of joy, fulfillment, etc. Okay? Fulfillment, yes. But it is not that once you gain this knowledge, you are always going about like a grinning gorilla. There is one modern Indian teacher like that. You ask him anything. Swamiji, I lost someone. How do I deal with that sadness? He will start with that because he is Ananda, you see. You don't have to be a grinning gorilla, okay? Yeah. You are simply sitting Ananda. Quietly sitting down somewhere, you are Ananda. You are roaring with laughter, you are an Ananda. You are serious with someone, you are Ananda. You are empathizing with somebody's sorrow, you are still Ananda. And if you are Ananda, you can empathize with everyone, not a problem. Yeah, because you are Ananda, no? Problem kya hai? If you are Ananda, where is the problem for empathizing with someone's sorrow? It makes it easier. Yeah. So Ananda can go through joyful experiences. Ananda can go through miserable experiences. Ananda can go through challenging circumstances. You are Ananda all the time. Joyfully you can fulfill all your responsibilities. What is the issue? It's only a responsibility, no big deal. I can take care of it. Joyfully you can parent your children. Joyfully you can nurture each other. Joyfully you can ride into battle. Yeah. Yeah. That is how Krishna, Bhishma and all were in the field of Mahabharata. On the field of Kurukshetra, they were like that, joyful. Yeah. It's a battle, so you can enjoy a battle and a feast equally well because you are Ananda. There are no real sorrows. There are only some unpleasant facts. Somebody has asked a very nice question. How do you deal with sorrows in your life? What is really a sorrow? Yeah, you will feel the pathos of the situation. There are. You should see on the social media how much of responses have come because Lata Mangeshkar is no more. People will think as though they have lost some of their own. Of course, on social media your life has to be perfect. Therefore you have to show this grief. Yeah. So there is a pathos of that situation. You lost somebody near and dear. There is a pathos of that situation that you will feel. But you and that person is one and the same. Isn't that a fact? We not be able to own it up in your life yet. So we don't try to struggle with the situation. We deal with the situation with the spirit of Karma Yoga. Prasada Buddhi, Ishwararpana Buddhi. And we work on the clarity of our knowledge. Even in that sorrowful situation, see, okay, really speaking, the person is not born undead. But I'm feeling unhappy about it. Accept that. You shift between knowledge and Karma Yoga Buddhi, knowledge and Karma Yoga Buddhi, until everything blends together and becomes one whole Ananda. Yeah. But you are not using this knowledge to deny an emotion. You can be in tears and say, but really speaking, I am free from it. Right now, my mind is sorrowful. I am in tears. Yes, you accept that situation. That's important. Otherwise, you are using this knowledge to create a psychological issue for yourself. A psychological issue of disassociation. That is not healthy. Your psychological health is important. At the same time, you see that the consciousness free from it. In time, as the knowledge becomes clearer, as the knowledge gets more and more integrated in your life, you will just feel the pathos of the situation. Therefore, you will empathize with your near and dear ones, everyone. I have seen wise men in tears also. In tears, because their empathy is so much. Yeah. And at the same time, being free from it. Yeah. The closest example I can think of is like when you're playing a role on the stage and the role demands that you cry. And you empathize with the situation so much, with the pathos of the situation so much, that you can really bring out tears. No glycerine, nothing. You bring out real tears. Because it's a live audience. So at one level you're feeling and bringing out the tears. At another level, you're feeling good about yourself because you managed a great scene successfully. Can you see the paradoxical situation there? That's how it is in life. You will feel and still be free. You'll feel strongly. It is not that once you know the knowledge, you are like Mr. Spock from Star Trek. No emotions. No. I yet to meet a wise person without emotions. And believe me, in my life I met hundreds. Great teachers. All of them had emotions. Yeah. You can't lose your humanness. No? Yeah. So that way, okay. Therefore, your Ananda all the time. Nimagnaha puman syat. Avidya vilasaha samastam prapancham. And this prapancham that is created, that is a dance of avidya, that is spread out by avidya, vilasaha, okay, vilasaha, the play of avidya. Yada naspurati. It's not really there. It's not really there. But Swamiji, it is there. Yes, like how the sunset is there, the sunrise is there, the flat earth is there. Similarly, the world is there. The whole world get reduced to sunrise, sunset. Enjoyable. Enjoyable. Flat earth. Same way. Yeah. All these experiences are there. Similarly, the experience of the world is there, but not real. Not real. It doesn't limit you. It limits your mind and body, nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. That freedom that you get, that inner freedom that is there. Yeah. Four walls do not a prison make, nor iron bars a cage. There's an English poem like that. To Athalia from prison. This guy is imprisoned and he's writing this to his love, to his lady love. Four walls do not a prison make, nor iron bars a cage. Forget four walls, your body can be your prison. For everyone, the body is a prison. Your mind is a prison. Your conditioned thinking can be a prison. Here we are free from the whole thing. Yeah. Not because you are imaginative, but in the poem it is because he can, in his imagination, he can be with his lady love. Here it is not like that. Here it's factually. Your eye is not limited to this body. It goes through to embrace the whole universe. Your eye transcends this body to embrace the whole universe. Therefore, yadana spurati, the reality of the world is no more there. It is too small to make you feel limited. Okay. Therefore, this world, which is avidya nimittam, yan nimittam meaning avidya nimittam, samastam prapancham avidya nimittam, avidya vilasaha, yadna spurati tad adbhutam. That is the wonder of it. That is the wonder, he says. Look at it. If a magician can make this book in my hand disappear, there is a wonder in it, isn't it? I'm holding on to a book and suddenly it disappears. Wow, what magic. But Vedanta teaching is, you're seeing this book, you're feeling this book, you're opening this book, you're reading this book and making it disappear. Why? You shifted your frame of cognition. It is nothing but paper. Where is the book? I see only paper. Right? Where is the book? Where is the book? There's only paper. Seeing the book, there's only paper. Where is it? It's a cognitive shift. Where is the world? There is only one existence consciousness. What are you seeing the world? I'm seeing the world. But there is only one existing consciousness. Even angels that fly above know no such freedom. This freedom is something beautiful, something extraordinary. Yeah. Because that's how it is. Yeah. Param Brahma Nityam Tadeva Ahamasmi. I am that Parabrahman, says. Parabrahma Nityam Tadeva Ahamasmi iti. That reality, which I had put as that, which I was seeking, which I was looking for which I went with lot of apprehension to a teacher, relying on his compassion to get me through. And then what happens? The teaching took care of the whole thing. What was I worried about? When you have been studying for some time, we think we are not progressing fast enough. We are struggling here. 3 years, Gita is almost coming to an end. I am still struggling with it. I always quote this. Sometime or the other, all of you would have heard of it. When I was a kid, I came across this song. It's about American cowboys and the great Wild West stories, Go west, young man, and grow up with the country. Go west, young man. Okay. Encouraging people to go westwards, because when the Europeans landed in America, they landed up on the east coast. So they are encouraged to travel to the west coast where more land, etc. was available. They served it from the local Indians there, okay? Red Indians there, what do you call American Indians? Red Indians are wrong, politically incorrect term now. American Indians. But American Indians will think they are us. Then we'll have to ask, us Indian or you Indian? Okay. So anyway, so go west, young man, and grow up with the country. Then the song goes on like that a bit. And then it says, eastward the sun climbs slowly. Oh, how slowly. But westward, look, the land is bright. Look westward. I'm sitting with my back to the west, okay? It's all bright. So when you look back into your life, it's all bright. You come a long way. When you're looking towards, oh my God, I have to be that wise person. I have to get my nishtha in this knowledge, etc. Slowly. But look backwards into your life and you see how much that light of Vedanta has opened up things for you. How different it is. Yeah. Westward, look there. So same thing happens in the study of Vedanta also. Yeah. You find a lot of clearance is there. Yeah. You feel, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah. Though very often when you express to someone, you'll always talk in emotional terms like, oh, I don't get so angry. I'm more calm and peaceful. You will talk more in terms of fringe benefits than the actual thing. When someone asks you have been studying so long, what have you gained from it? This is what you will say. But these are all fringe benefits that come from the understanding. Yeah. That's why, so here he is talking about the phalam, the result of this knowledge. What happens when you learn? Okay. All right. Tadevaham asmi. Then what? Then he is giving 2 verses as Phalashrutis. Phalashruti is at the end of the thing you say, this is what it is, I said Vigyana Nauka is the name and there is a second name, Swarupa Anusandhanam. That's the term Swarupa Anusandhanam has come from this verse. Okay? Swarupa Anusandhana Rupam Stutim Ya Patedadarat Bhakti Bhavo Manishyaha Shrunoti va Nityam Utyakta Chittaha Bhaved Vishnoratreva Veda Pramanat. Okay. Swarupa Anusandhana Rupam Stutim. This Stutim means a composition of praise, of revelation, whatever. Stutis comes in various forms. Okay? Stutim Yaha. Swarupa Anusandhana Rupam, which brings to your mind your own true nature. In other words, which reveals your own true nature. Okay? In fact, this is the definition of meditation, of contemplation. So, Swarupa Anusandhanam, to remember and remain in your own true nature. Another definition is Swatma Tattva Anusandhanam, into the reality of what you are, to remain in that. Because every verse there is Tadeva Brahma Ahamasmi. That refrain is there. And every verse is dealing with the truth in some dimension or the other, some aspect of the other. Therefore, Swarupa Anusandhana Rupam Stutimya Patet Adharad, who reads it, who studies it, Adharat, with great respect. It's sometimes I have to share some things with my life, so you'll understand, it's easier to understand. I have friends who don't know that I am a competent teacher of Vedanta. They know I do something like that. So once that one of them attended some debate I was taking part in, a debate between scholars. And at the end he said, oh my God, I didn't understand half the thing that was happening, but you are debating against such great scholars, this, that, etc. You must be a great teacher in this. I said, I am competent. After all, I am Puja Swamiji's student, I am competent. But why did they not know? Because I don't make this an after dinner talk. I treat this knowledge with the respect it deserves. Adarat. You can't make it an after dinner talk. You can't make jokes about it, You can't be flippant about it. Though it's easy for me to be flippant about it, okay? I have a mind which can just flip over anything. Okay. Anything I can just flip and see the other side of it. Anything. But no, one has to treat it with the respect it deserves. Adarat. And why? Because it's Veda Pramanam. It's a pramana, it's a means for knowing the truth. I have to treat it with the same sacredness that I treat my eyes with. You're not going to put any nonsense in your eyes, are you? I mean, you can, you have the freedom to do it. Therefore, Adarad, Bhakti Bhavo Manushya, with a Bhakti Bhava, with a sense of devotion, something to be respected. It is Ishara Vani. It is the words of the Lord Himself, The source of this teaching is the Lord Himself. Therefore, through, of course, the parampara of the rishis and teachers and teachers and students becoming teachers and teachers and students. So, through that, it is. Therefore, you treat it with a certain sense of devotion. Okay. But Swamiji, can I not question? Of course, you can question. Pariprashnena sevaya. You do seva for the teacher with a lot of questions. Okay. Yeah. Questions are different. But you question to understand. See, this is a very different between an academic approach where you are encouraged to take a very skeptical approach. Why? Because they are all human creations. People can be wrong. Whereas here you question to understand, not skeptically. Because you have to validate it yourself. See, that way it is similar. Why? In any experiment you have to validate it. Here also you have to validate it. But you don't validate it out there. You say, I am that. Correct. That much validation each one has to do. Therefore, Bhakti Bhava Manishya Shrunoti Ihava Nityam Udyakta Chittaha. Okay. Shrunoti Iha Udyukta Chittaha. Who listens to this with a focused mind, he says. A relaxed mind, but focused mind. Udyukta Chittaha. Why? Hey, it's something like this, There are various types of religious discourses that happen in India. One of them is very popular, one is the Ramayana. Okay. Each Kathakar, storyteller, will tell the story with his own embellishments and his own flourish, etc. So people go and listen. The masses especially go and listen. But there, when you are listening to the Ramayana, you can catch a small nap in between and get up. Rama is still in the forest. The story is moving forward, but Rama is still in the forest, You're okay. Here, if you miss that, you will be in the forest. Here, if you miss it, you will be in the forest. Yeah. That's how it is. Therefore, attentive. If you miss a line or two, you will be lost in the whole thing. That's why teachers often repeat, because they know things will be lost. Attention will waver here and there. Okay. Bhaved Vishnoho Atraiva. Vishnoho Padam. The state of being all pervading. Or the Lord Himself, Vishnu. Bhaved. Veda Pramana. On the strength of the Veda Pramanam. On the strength of the means of knowledge called the Veda. Veda is a means of knowledge. It tells you about things you can't figure out yourself. Therefore, on the basis of that pramana, you come to understand. It tells you things you can't figure out, but you are not meant to swallow it blindly. It is not belief oriented. It is knowledge oriented. Therefore, you have to understand it. Validate it in your own life. Only then the teaching is complete. More important than what I teach is what you all understand. How much you all understand. Therefore, Veda Pramanam, it's this of knowledge. Therefore, you have to understand it accordingly. Okay. Then he goes further to say, Vigyana navam parigrihya kaschan taredyad yajnanamayam bhavabdim jnanasina yo vichedya trishnam Vishnoho padam yati seva dhanyaha. Seva dhanyaha. That person is blessed, he says. Dhanyaha meaning to be blessed. In fact, there is another small work like this called Dhanyashtakam. 8 verses on being a Dhanya. Dhanya meaning you are blessed. Who is that? Vigyana navam. This boat of knowledge. Vigyana navam. Parigrihya kaschit. Kaschit person. Some person who has held on to this boat of knowledge. Tared ajnanamayam bhavabdim. And crossed over this ocean of ignorance. Ajnanamayam, who has crossed over, swam across it, or crossed it, being on the boat of knowledge. Okay. And with this jnana asinaha, yohi vichedya trishna. Your trishnas are being cut by this knowledge. Now, this is a very interesting statement he makes at the end. Trishna. Trishna means a longing. Trishna is not just desire. Trishna is that longing that you have, Oh my God, I want that. How can I do without that? That longing is a symptom. Nothing wrong. If you have a longing, see how you can work it out. Okay. Be pragmatic about it. But nobody is against desires or something like that. But that's a symptom of your sense of finitude. Therefore, if you want something by hook or by crook, that is called a trishna. Wise people also have desires, okay? Wise people also have desires. What type of desires? What do you like, tea or coffee? That type of desires, okay? Yeah. What do you like to eat? A sweet or a piece of chocolate? You are asking me? So, badita anuvritti everyone has. Yeah. All normal desires even a wise person has. But the person is so free, if you get it, it's okay. If you don't get it, it's okay. A very interesting way to be, na? If you get it, you're fine. If you don't get it, you're equally fine. If you get it, of course you can enjoy it. It is not that because you're a wise person, I lost my ability to enjoy sweets or to enjoy a nice chocolate. Hey, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Yeah. You're supposed to be Ananda. So discover Ananda. If you can discover it in Karela, you can discover it in bitter chocolate even more. No, not discovering it, it is manifesting. The Ananda that you are is manifesting. You know that very well. Then you can enjoy the whole world. Not a problem. Okay, not an issue. But this trishna, this longing, my sense of finitude, if I don't get that, I am less. My life is not complete. That feeling, gone with this sword of knowledge, you cut it off, you have chopped it off. Okay. Jnana asinaha. In the Gita it is said slightly differently. Asanga shastrena dridena chitva. The tree of samsaara. You are chopping it down. Asanga shastrena. Objectivity, emotional independence. But where do you get that emotional independence from? One is you work it on your life, that's preparation. Second is this. This makes it complete. I mean, look at the freedom here. You can enjoy anything you want to. At the same time, you don't need anything to be happy. Yeah. That is the real freedom, isn't it? You can enjoy the world and be free from it at the same time. You don't need the world to be happy. Simply sitting somewhere, you can be happy. Or you can do a lot of things. Take on all headaches on yourself. Okay, you do. Yeah. And still be happy with the whole thing. Then what? Vishnoho padam yati sa eva dhanyaha. That person Vishnoho padam yati. Gain the status of being one with Ishvara, he says. Or Vishnohu vyapnoti sarvan, all pervading. He is established himself in this all pervading consciousness. This is me. Established means not like you dumping yourself in the ocean. No. You are that ocean of Ananda. You are that. Yeah. What you took as that is myself. That Brahman, which I have to know, I have to realize, I have to do all that, is me. Yeah. Sa eva dhanyaha, that person is blessed, he says. Swamiji, what to do after this knowledge? After that knowledge, do whatever you want. What is there to limit you? What? Even the Veda doesn't come and tell you should do this, you should not do that for a wise person. The Veda which sets up dharma for people. Okay? One aspect of the Veda is that set up dharma for people. It doesn't say this should be done or that should be done. In fact, the thing is ko vidhi, ko nisheda. Where is the thing of doing something or not doing something? It just doesn't exist. Yeah. You're free. You're so free. You want to take sannyasa? Yeah, take sannyasa. You want to get married again? Go, get married again. Yeah, why not? Is there a rule that after knowledge you can't get married? Or you can't get into a relationship? Or you can't set up an industry? Or you can't stand for politics, for elections? Generally, sannyasis don't stand because you've taken a role of dropping everything. But otherwise, then don't ask me why is yogi standing. He is yogi, not sannyasi, okay? Yeah.
Swamiji,
Yeah.
no nidhi, no visheda.
Yeah. Ko vidhi, ko nisheda, exactly.
No, not ko vidhi, ko nisheda. I am saying no vidhi, no nisheda.
Yeah, no vidhi, no nisheda, okay. Not code, no, okay. Yeah, no rules, no regulation, nothing apply. That means a wise person is free to do what he wants? Yes. Including adharmic actions? Yes. Will he do them? No. Why? When do you go for adharmic actions? When your desire is so much that you want it by hook or by crook. If you don't want it even by hook, why will you do the crook? Yeah. You won't. There is no need for you to do something adharmic. But Swamiji, we have heard some wise people getting caught up in something, Sometimes it happens because of prarabdha, etc. But that's a different topic. We will do it some other day. Any other questions or clarifications? Otherwise, we have come to end of Vigyana Nauka. Any questions, any clarifications you have?
If there are no questions,
Yeah.
we would like to do a small Pada Puja.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that in 2 minutes flat. Yeah. We had enough time. It's only 5:48 Indian time. Yeah. And we are known for our time, 6 o'clock when 6 o'clock will be done. Okay. Whether it's a Vedic Wisdom Festival, a public program or a private class, something, we keep within the time. In fact, I know one thing. When I have a class, I always finish 5 minutes early. Why? Because when you are attending a class, you are like a student, 5 minutes early, you feel joyous about it. So, okay, if there are no questions or clarifications, we can go ahead with the concluding part. Okay?
Yeah,
All right. All right, let me just put an end to